June 2001. A Honda R&D facility in Toki, Japan. Chief Engineer Toshihiro Mibe stands before a wall of technical drawings, each one representing a decade of B-Series evolution. The B16A, the B18C, the variations, the improvements, the countless hours spent perfecting naturally aspirated performance. His team has just received their new assignment: develop the K-Series, the replacement for everything they'd spent 15 years building. One young engineer raises his hand. The B18C Type R makes 195 horsepower from 1.8 L. That's 108 horsepower per liter, the best in the world. Why are we replacing it? Mibe doesn't hesitate. Because corporate has decided that 108 horsepower per liter isn't enough. And because the B-Series can't give us more without becoming unprofitable. But what if we could? The engineer presses. What if we developed a B19 or B20 with VTEC improvements? We could hit 220 horsepower naturally aspirated. Mibe looks at him with something like sadness. Then we'd have an engine that costs more to build than customers will pay for it. The B-Series has reached its peak. Corporate wants us to start over. Start over from what? Someone asks. From the assumption that the B-Series was a dead end, Mibe says, and that everything we learned from it dies with it. This is the story of the B16A, the engine that created the naturally aspirated performance revolution, then was killed at the peak of its potential. Not because it failed, but because Honda decided the philosophy behind it was no longer profitable, and why abandoning it was the moment Honda stopped being Honda. The revolution that started in a Civic. To understand why Honda abandoned the B16A, you need to understand what it represented. The B16A wasn't just an engine. It was proof of concept, evidence that Honda's entire engineering philosophy worked. Before the B16A, high-performance four-cylinder engines were either turbocharged or large displacement. If you wanted 160 horsepower from a four-cylinder in 1989, you either bolted on a turbo or built a 2.5L engine with heavy pistons and low redlines. Honda's engineers looked at this and asked a heretical question. What if we don't? What if instead of adding weight and complexity with turbochargers, we just made the engine breathe better and rev higher? What if we built a small displacement engine that produced power through efficiency rather than brute force? The concept was elegant. Use lightweight components, optimize airflow, increase valve area, rev the engine high enough that small displacement didn't matter. Make horsepower through RPM, not torque. But there was a problem. Physics. At high RPM, valve springs couldn't close the valves fast enough. Valve float would occur. The engine would destroy itself. Honda's solution was VTEC, variable valve timing and lift electronic control. Below 5,800 revolutions per minute, the engine used mild cam profiles for economy and drivability. Above 5,800 revolutions per minute, it switched to aggressive profiles optimized for airflow and power. The system was mechanically simple but conceptually revolutionary. 2 engines in one, docile when you needed it, savage when you wanted it. When the B16A debuted in the 1989 Integra XSI in Japan, it made 160 horsepower from 1.6 L. That's 100 horsepower per liter naturally aspirated. In 1989, the automotive world lost its mind. Engineers from other manufacturers bought Integras and tore them apart, trying to understand how Honda had done it. What they found was obsessive attention to detail, perfect port shaping, friction-reducing coatings, lightweight components balanced to tolerances most race engines didn't achieve. The B16A wasn't just an engine. It was a statement, Honda announcing they could out-engineer everyone through precision rather than power. And it worked. The B16A became the foundation of Honda's performance reputation for the next 15 years. The perfection Honda refused to surpass. Between 1989 and 2001, Honda released multiple iterations of the B-Series. Each one improved on the last. Each one pushed the boundaries of what naturally aspirated engines could do. The B16A made 160 horsepower from 1.6 L. The B16B, used in the Civic Type R, made 185 horsepower from the same displacement. That's 115 horsepower per liter. In 1997, the B18C with 1.8 L made 170 horsepower in base form. The B18C Type R made 195 horsepower, still naturally aspirated, still reliable enough for daily driving. By 2000, the B-Series had evolved into the finest naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine family in production. Honda had spent over a decade refining every detail: the combustion chamber shape, the intake runner length, the cam profiles, the valve spring rates. Every generation got lighter valves, better flowing ports, and more efficient combustion. The B18C Type R engine could rev to 8,400 revolutions per minute, all day long, and last 200,000 miles doing it. It was reliable, powerful, and efficient. Honda's engineers knew they'd built something special. They also knew they could make it better. In 1999, a small team within Honda R&D began work on what they called the B20 Ultimate, a 2.0L evolution of the B series, with lessons learned from a decade of VTEC development. The prototype made 218 horsepower at 8,600 revolutions per minute, naturally aspirated on pump gas with emissions-compliant catalytic converters. It was the B series taken to its logical conclusion. When they presented it to management, the response wasn't celebration. It was concern. The meeting that killed the dynasty. February 2000. Honda's executive board reviews the B20 Ultimate proposal. The engineering team is confident. They've built the ultimate naturally aspirated four-cylinder, the culmination of everything Honda had learned since 1989. One executive asks the critical question: what does it cost to manufacture? The lead engineer hesitates, approximately $6,800 per unit, compared to $4,200 for the current B18C. Silence. Then another executive: and what can we charge for a car with this engine? The Integra Type R currently sells for 3.2 million yen in Japan. We could potentially charge 3.5 million yen for a B20 version. More silence. Someone does the math. The additional cost to Honda is $2,600 per engine. The additional revenue is about $2,800 per car. After accounting for R&D, tooling, and marketing, the profit margin is basically zero. But the real problem is strategic, not financial. Takeo Fukui, who would later become Honda's CEO, articulates it. The B series has been in production for 11 years. We've invested hundreds of millions of dollars developing it, and every generation we make it better. But the market doesn't reward us for making it better. Customers bought the original B16A. They bought the B18C. Will they pay significantly more for the B20, or will they see it as just another incremental improvement? The engineering team tries to argue the B20 Ultimate is more than incremental. It's 12% more power than the B18C Type R. It's the most advanced, naturally aspirated engine in the world. But Fukui counters with brutal logic. 12% more power that costs 60% more to produce. That's not a business. That's a hobby. He turns to the broader issue. The B series has reached the point of diminishing returns. Every improvement costs more than the last. Every generation delivers less incremental value to customers. We're optimizing a platform that's fundamentally limited by its architecture. What are you suggesting? Someone asks. That we start over. Clean sheet design. Incorporate everything we've learned from the B series but without its constraints. Build an engine for the future, not an evolution of the past. The decision is made. The B20 Ultimate is cancelled. The B series will continue in current form until a replacement is ready.